Many people like to visit art galleries and museums to enjoy artistic greatness. However, in Melbourne, you do not need to confine yourselves to these establishments. All you need to do is wander the streets of the CBD, where you can discover creative and inspirational works of art. Melbourne Council explains that in the past 10 years, street art has grown in popularity and is becoming more and more accepted by local authorities, businesses and the general public, particularly tourists.
It's amazing Melbourne's become so well known for its street art. When I was growing up as an artist in Australia, Melbourne, at one point the mayor legalised graffiti. It was such a groundbreaking moment, and what happened after that moment was, rather than it being about criminal activity, which tended to be really rushed tags because there wasn't enough time or it was dark. So then what happened as a result of the legalisation is we got more quality graffiti around in places, and the culture kind of grew from there.
Today we are having a look at some of my favourite spots in the CBD to enjoy the most quirkiest, unique forms of street art. And our first location is Hosier Lane. Hosier Lane has come a long way since the first years of the 21st century, when political paste-up art first started appearing on its bricks. It was one of the first places where the council permitted graffiti, and is now one of Melbourne's most popular tourist attractions.
I think they've legalised it in Hosier Lane to try and stop it in other areas, and I think they somewhat succeed.
I think it's really special, and you can see it like everywhere. So, and I like it because it's so colourful, and yeah.
When you go to Germany, we don't get that kind of street art, so something different. So good for taking pictures.
Similar to this lane is Union Lane, once an empty space between two buildings and now a canvas for graffiti artists from all over the world.
I just enjoy, I'm an artist in general, I do all types of art, but I enjoy using spray cans a lot. And since I was in Melbourne and there's a big scene around here using spray cans, I thought I'd come and give it a go. Graffiti is more just straight lettering, sort of promoting your own. It's like free advertising in a way, you know. You're advertising your own, who you are, and your style and your word and that sort of stuff.
Then we have Pressgrave Place. Here, there is more of a 3D display. Much of the art has been stuck on the walls rather than painted, drawn or spray painted. It is said by locals that a few frame pieces once appeared overnight, sometime before 2007. And from then on, others have added their own pieces to create what is now a unique and wonderful display of street art.
I think the really excellent thing about displaying work in the public space is the sense of discovery by the audience and that playfulness. When art is in the gallery, it's kind of automatically default considered art and given this kind of centered on presentation, and we frame it as art and we know that it is. But here there's a range of objects where we don't know whether they're art or they're just part of the landscape. So that kind of question about what is art and what isn't art is always prevalent, and it also invites the audience to have a really playful discovery through the works and find little intricate details and little things that they might not have noticed. Here's one of my favourite artists who works with sculpture. So rather than using paste ups or spray paint, they install little sculptures in the laneway. And I think it's just not necessarily obvious, but when you spend time, you notice these little contributions, and they help question your relationship to the urban space and what art is.
Bourke Street, another key location to enjoy street art, this time in the form of busking. Buskers do have to apply for a permit and get accepted by the council to perform here. However, this means that you are guaranteed a quality performance. From guitarists to singers to didgeridoo players, on a weekend you may find over 3 acts at the same time. So, next time you're in central Melbourne, keep an eye out for all the weird and wonderful displays of street art, from the magnificent murals on buildings to the hidden sculptures in the corners of alleyways. Every piece contributes to the layers, the uniqueness and the ambiguity of Melbourne. And next up, a behind the scenes look into the amateur and aspiring filmmakers of Melbourne.